Good morning, everyone. So, my name's Lisa, for those of you that may not know. I just wanted to come on and share really quick because I just received an email from my client slash like friend because most of the people that get readings with me have been getting readings with me since, for years, okay? And most of the people that come from me come from these people that send me other people or whatever. It doesn't even matter. But I received an email this morning in response to one of the readings that I did for her this last week, and I just, it really moved me to tears, and I don't think that she would mind that I'm sharing this. I'm not going to share her name, but um, she was just thanking me for giving it to her straight between the eyes, but gently and not like sugarcoating. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey of, we've all been on this. Those of you that have been with me since the beginning, it's like you've seen me grow and evolve and change and like just go through. And even as much as I share with you guys, I haven't shared everything that I've been through. And this is why her email hit me this morning so right between the eyes, because I've been very resistant to sharing on a subject that has just been put on my heart for years now to share about, but I have been extremely resistant because of how close it hits home for me and how impactful my response to this in my life, like the change has been. And it's what allows me to bring what I do to my channel. And my experience, the wisdom that I've gained throughout the years through going through just living my life, honestly. Okay. um I've moved from, I would go ahead and say, definitely my first 29 years, I lived in a complete victim mentality until, at 29 years old, I got sober and I put down drugs and alcohol, and I was introduced to a woman who shared her wisdom of life with me and showed me that I had a choice and I could choose to be a victim or I could choose to be the leader of my life and change it. All I had to do was to literally change everything and forget everything that I grew up knowing. And that's what I've done for the last, like, July 10th, I'll be 22 years sober, and that in itself is a miracle. But the subject in which I've been moved to share more about and to share my experience on is dealing with, I hate the terms, like there's all these words out there like this narcissist and toxic, and I just hate them because I am a firm believer that each and every single one of us holds these traits within us, but I also am a firm believer that we can heal them as well if there is an honest awareness of these flaws, and you learn to work with them and change them, and change your response. Like you can catch yourself, because as many times as I have been controlled, I know that I myself have also been controlling. you know um I know that a lot in my life I allowed it to disempower me. And maybe for a long time, like as a child, I'm not talking about like when you're a child and you are defenseless against an adult person, subjecting you to harm in any way, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, sexually, whatever. You have no say, right? But once you become aware that these things have had an effect on the way that you respond to life in general and in all your relationships, then I do believe that it's your responsibility to learn to heal yourself and do whatever that takes. Now, this is the fork in the road that I feel that not everybody chooses the same path, because it's much easier to stay in a mentality of lack and a mentality of worthlessness, because it requires consistent, disciplined work to change a mindset that has been embedded in you since birth and that you've repeatedly heard all your life. Okay, so whether that's from others, and which in turns I know has turned into my own voice within my head. But just because that's happening doesn't mean that you can't train yourself to tell your brain every time it starts to say, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? What are you, like hot shit or something? Like, these are kind of the things that I hear. And sometimes it's my own brain, and sometimes it's other people's projections onto me, and I can hear them, so, but we don't need to carry anybody else's ideas of us. The only thing that's true is what you yourself decides to say about yourself. But to get there and to stay there requires consistent, disciplined effort. And it's not anything. I literally, this is why I tell you guys to look down at your feet. Why? Because it reminds you where you are. And once you see where you are, where are we? I'm right here. I'm in my room. I'm talking to you guys. This is the only moment in my life that matters right now. This is where I am. And I take a deep breath and just look in front of me, open my eyes, and do what's in front of me to do. And that's it. So that is something I have literally used. I think I heard that, I don't know, 2 to 3 years into my sobriety. And I used to use it a lot more. But, today it's not as, I also used to walk around and pick my face and fucking, like, I was like shaking and I was just a fucking basket case, So it's like, it's taken practice and effort, to become, somewhat, sane, I guess. I don't know what, just balanced, to not be so ruled by my emotions. And because feelings aren't fact. Yes, you have to feel them, but it doesn't, they're not always real, right? So, and as you do this consistent work on yourself and you stay disciplined and true to yourself in the consistency and in the discipline towards retraining your mind and practice yourself into new behavior and new response, you're going to be hit with the outside world. Because as others around you see you changing, you become a mirror for what can actually happen. And you also become a mirror for what they're not doing. And some people are aware of that and some people aren't. Some people just, get envious, jealous. They want to poke you and provoke you. And you have to keep moving forward anyway, despite it what's said about you, despite it what's thrown at you. And probably the saddest, most heartbreaking thing is that the worst of this comes from people closest to you. And that can really give you a knee-jerking response, like where you just want to like pull back and give up. But I will continue and always urge you to keep moving forward and keep choosing you. Even when it breaks your heart, keep choosing you. Because I bet you anything, whoever is, if they had the choice, they would choose themselves. And it was like between you and them, they would choose themselves. This is why, and I'm not saying this like to be vicious, as my journey has continued and as I've grown, it's easier and easier for me to see myself in others and to remember when and to remember why I responded in the way that I have. I am a firm believer as well that all of us are just these unhealed, broken children running around. And all of us are owed or due love and respect. But I'm also a firm believer that respect is earned. And first I needed to learn respect for myself. And how did I do that? And it was by showing up consistently for myself. It was by being open to learning a whole new way of thinking. That when my brain started telling me I was worthless and undeserving, and who do you think you are trying to change? Like, what do you think, you're better than everybody? And I had to just tell that bitch to shut the fuck up. And I would. It means that sometimes people are going to call you crazy. And you have to keep moving forward anyway. Well, you don't have to listen to anything I'm saying. I'm just telling you that this is what I have done. This is what others that have worked with me have done. And I have seen, and they've sent me emails sharing how their lives have changed. And it chokes me up because I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the trust that you guys have given me when you come to me for a reading and you allow me into your world, male and or female, because ultimately I feel like the goal is to become an independent whole person on your own. I've had couples come to me and I have individuals come to me. But ultimately it's I want to help you get to that place where you choose yourself, that no matter what, your mind in your own business, and you get to a place where you can let your person be who they are on their own. And then you can decide, and it's not out of, spite or envy or jealousy or just like whatever, that you just make a decision to do what you do. You release with love. And yeah, it takes practice, because I know it's taken that for me, and it's been this continued journey of awareness of myself, and then doing the work to better myself, which has led me to forgiving myself. And once I can forgive myself, like I said, it continues to become easier to forgive others, because I see myself more and more in others. You know, it's they're being reminded of that John Lennon song Imagine, and just listen to it. It's a beautiful song, and I remember back in the day, like when I was in my 20s, I used to have this like tie-dyed shirt, and it had a picture of the world. It was a tie-dye blue and yellow shirt, and I used to wear it with these like teeny tiny black shorts and um, black cowboy boots, and I had a black cowgirl hat, and but what it said, it was world peace. So it was a world sign, and then the peace sign, and what it says: you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. And it still checks me up, because I'm also a firm believer that how we heal the world is we heal ourselves. And how do you heal yourselves? It starts with minding your own damn business and looking within. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that, and um, offer my help and assistance if anyone out there is ready. Because, like the email I got today, you know, I don't sugarcoat. I will give you the truth gently, but my purpose is to help you grow. And I know that I myself didn't grow because somebody like didn't tell me the truth. I was blessed with an amazing, beautiful woman who told me the truth always, even when it stung. And because that's how I've grown. And I want everyone to grow. Grow and love themselves and be happy and pass it on, being courageous doesn't mean like you're the loudest and you can like rip things to shreds. It's the silent ones. It's the ones that know that you show up with your own sword, but you use it as a last resort. So, anyway, I love you guys. If anyone's wanting to work with me, all my information is in my description box. I love you so much. Have a great day. Bye.